I had so many supportive messages. I got memed hard. But I think that was. I was like, I knew that's going to be the case. It's going to be the case. Like, it's going to happen.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Fozcast. Today we've got, I honestly think, one of the nicest guys in the YouTube world. I'm talking about, obviously, Theo Bakers. Come on, give it up.
That was too nice. That was too nice.
Yeah, mate, I'm just telling the truth. I swear on my life I'm telling the truth. Can I just give you a little bit of background about how we met? Theo, we made a video, didn't we, for your channel? It was a few months ago now. It was basically cycling around all the London teams.
Championship teams,
sorry.
Yeah.
And you drove up to the Watford training ground and I met you in the car park. And we hit it off like a house on fire.
Straight out of training.
I did. I got changed in the change room, straight from training, and came out to you, didn't I?
And you took him down like the M1 or something.
In my defence, I used Google Maps, and that was a big error on my behalf. Now I use the Garmin thing, and it takes us all through.
Yes.
Yeah, which you guys sent me. Thank you very much. And I use that now, and I should have used that in the first place. Oh, I should have used Strava or something.
Strava, something, anything other than Google Maps.
Beforehand, I planned the whole Strava route out, and it just wasn't working or something. So I was like, fuck it, I don't got time. I use
the first part was the problem part, because like you said, we went, I think at one point we got to a roundabout and you went, right, we've got to turn right here, and I went, that's the A5. We can't turn just right onto the A5. And you went, that's where the map went. So we ended up going down like the pavement on the side of it, like up and down, up and down, up and down.
I swear there was a kissing gate at one point as well. We literally had to take our bikes off.
There was a few parks and we had to jump over a few little fences, but it was fine, weren't it? We got into London, we did the thing, we planned another route back in the Garmin, but it was golden. We had a lovely time though, didn't we?
It was one of the best days. It was my first 100k ride I'd ever done.
Yeah, you smashed it, to be fair. You did smash it.
Well, I did the last hour on my own, and that was
grim.
It was just uphill the whole way to Watford. I was like, oh my God, we can make this through.
We were just chatting upstairs before Fozzie arrived, and we said, like, one of the ideas we want to do is ride to every club that Ben's permanently played for.
Yeah.
So like do a bike packing trip, 2 or 3 days, Watford, Baggies.
That would be hilly, no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but over 2 or 3 days. So at some point when we get time, it'd be wicked if you could join us for that.
I think we need to do another video on your channel, but the Premier League ones.
Well, so I did Premier League.
You did a bit before, haven't you? Yeah.
But people keep asking me to do training grounds.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
And I realised training grounds is even further.
Watford to Arsenal's all right.
Yeah. Literally next door.
Go round the corner. But then Spurs is like in Epping.
Yeah. That's a grind.
Yes, and it's uphill the whole way from central London.
Chelsea, Cobham. To be fair, the problem you've got is
far out.
There's a lot of teams now in the Premiership that are London based. Obviously Brentford going into there now.
I don't even know where their training ground is.
God knows.
Palace is so far away. It's like Croydon. It's not even in London.
Sounds like a challenge.
I think it sounds like a challenge. It could be a bugger as well, but sod it, we'll do it, all right?
I'm ready for it.
All right, give me a few days when I can do it, and boom, we're in.
Well, I also want to do London to Paris.
We've done it a couple times, mate. It's lovely. Honestly,
it's a very, very nice
It's
ride.
belting, isn't it?
So I want to do London to Paris and then go PSG and watch Messi.
Yeah, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but in 48 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So set a time limit on it.
What are you thinking about the Messi thing at the minute? Quickly, just let's talk a little bit of football.
It's mental.
Mental, isn't it?
It's free. It's the greatest free transfer in all time. Well,
free.
I know, but as a transfer fee, it was free. I know they're probably going to make a profit on him.
Well, I was listening to TalkSport this morning, and it's Simon Jordan, and he was saying, Trevor Sinclair, and he was saying Ramos free, Messi free, Donnarumma free, and
there's another big boy in there somewhere, isn't there? Wijnaldum. Wow.
Turned down Barcelona to play with Messi at PSG.
They're all on $250,000 a week, but other than that, they're free, yeah?
Well, Messi's shirts have sold out, I swear, in like a day.
What number's he got, 33?
30.
It just don't look right.
Instagram,
I don't like it.
It look weird.
Instagram. Frank, the editor, was saying that PSG's Instagram went from 19 million to 42 million last night or something.
Don't believe it. I fell for the exact same thing yesterday. And then my mate texted me saying, oh my God, have you seen this? I'm like, it's wrong. They went from, because they made that out, they went from 19 to 40 in like 2 days. And this is not the case. They gained like 3 million.
Come on, so Tomasi, do your fact checking.
But they are gaining like 500,000 followers a day.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was like putting in the group chat, oh my God, guys, have you seen all this? And everyone was like, you're wrong. I was like, okay. I was like, brilliant. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I'm on the podcast. It's fine.
The whole world's going to hear this. It's fine. It's not even a problem.
Steady on.
Messi has bought him some followers, don't get me wrong.
All right, let's take it back. Let's go early days. Yeah. Early YouTube days.
God.
It's bouting, mate. I love it. Do you know what I love doing is, right, whenever we get some new guests on, is taking it back. I'll click on their page and then I like to watch their oldest videos. Like, so obviously you can go most popular, you can go newest or oldest, right? So
it's the worst.
I love doing it, right? Because it's class. Because when you put your first video out, I think it's 5 or 6 years ago now. Oh, it's so nice though, mate. You could see, like, you can just tell how nice you are. And you did look petrified, didn't you?
I'm like trying to whisper in my room so my mum and dad don't hear me. I was like... so embarrassed because I asked for a camera for Christmas. They were like, "You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna use it, are you?" I was like, "I am," because I always say I'll do something and I won't commit to it. I was like, "I'm committing to this." Oh my god!
Turned out all right.
Well, I put bloody Harry Potter music in the background. I'm like, what am I doing? I went full on character mode. I was like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing watching it back now. Honestly,
like, almost like apologetic, like sort of. Oh, I'm going to try it. I really hope you like it.
It said the same thing for 2 minutes long. I was like...
The plan for 2015 video, I love that video. It's class. And then I've got holiday here and I've got holiday there and then I'm going there and then we're going there and I'm going to go skiing and I'm going to show you this. And
might make a bit of content.
FIFA.
I was so bad at the start. I didn't know what I was doing.
Another one that I really liked was the kick up challenge video. What sort of kick ups I can do. Mate, it's lovely.
That's all right.
It's all right. That's what I'm saying, mate. It's lovely.
That one.
So how old were you then when you first got into it?
So 2015.
What was that, 6 years ago, say?
I was 19. I'm 25 now. So 18 or 19.
18 or 19. And was that, even back then, was that something you was like, fully, I want to get into this?
No, not at all. So I used to help Joe do his videos. Yeah. And then his followers were like, you should make your own stuff. Because I was always in his videos. Yeah. I was like, no. And then eventually I did.
Do you know what I think? When people see certain people in videos and stuff like that, if you're a likable person, right, which is something we notice a lot, isn't it? A lot of the people we've had on the pod or we've done stuff with or collaborate with, they're just likable people, and that's all there is. Yeah. And I think people just want to watch likable people, and I think that's what people have seen in you straight away, and that's why you've had to go for it, because you are, mate. You're fully likable. It's nice, isn't it?
Well, it took me 6 months to like find my feet on YouTube before I found exactly what I wanted to do. Like, I was doing like. I was making awful. There was some stuff I don't even.
The Malfoy stuff.
I don't even want to look back at that. And then I finally found football, and I was like, okay, I'm good at football, and we can go down that route. And thank God I did.
So you are good at football, though, aren't you? Though this is the thing, because this is one of the things that you were telling me about when we were out on our ride. So I didn't know this about you, but like Theo was actually a proper decent player. Like, you played youth team, you played academy, you were pro at one point, yeah.
That wasn't. No, I got
kind of on the road too.
I got offered a scholarship at Palace, yeah. And it meant moving to Croydon and like leaving college. And I was like, realistically, I'm probably not going to make it. The chances
are incredible.
The chances are I'm probably not going to make it. And I'd like to argue that I've probably done more in football, what I've done now, than if I went down the Palace route.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why do you think you wouldn't have made it? What was it?
I think I've now been shown that my body probably couldn't handle it. Yeah, I think they would have found something, and I'd be like, oh God, like my knees, my hips.
Yeah, I remember you said when we was on the ride, you were saying about your knees a lot, actually.
Yeah, I did my knee when I was 18. I was out when I was 17.
What was it you did?
I tore my MCL and ruptured the meniscus.
Oh, it's horrible.
So out for a year. Out for a year. But I did it the day before I went to Zante. Oh. So I went to Zante on crutches
with a big old swollen knee.
Oh, it's awful. It was the cart. It's like a strap cart. So it was like there. It was like thigh to shin. I'm in Zante. I'm like, this has to come off.
Oh mate.
And I went out on the night out without it. And I was big mistake.
It swells up like crazy, don't they?
Like that, and I was just drinking away the pain. I was like, oh, this did definitely put me out for a year.
So obviously, so right, so leave the football for aside for a minute then. So when you decide to fully go for YouTube, what was it? What happened? What was it? Was it Joe Weller that was a big sort of help getting you into that?
He pushed me into it, yeah, which is, I'm very happy he did now. Yeah. So he gave you the confidence to do it.
So how do you know him anyway?
I went to school together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, grew up together.
Massively supportive he's been, hasn't he?
Yeah, massively.
Obviously he's been a huge
100%. Yeah, so I used to help him do all his videos, and he just returned the favour and pushed it for me, and like help each other out. That's how you get through life, isn't it?
Of course. And like when you listen to like the podcast that you guys are on waffling, people might think he gives you shit, doesn't he? But that's just mates giving each other shit. Like we give each other shit so much, but actually when you dig into it a little bit more and go, that's just a mate dynamic.
Oh, but yeah.
Because you're brutal with each other, but really good mates are brutal with each other.
And the thing is, well, a lot of people don't see that. So like, because we're very open on our podcast, we'll hammer each other. But a lot of people, they won't put that online. But we all know what goes on in group chats.
Yeah,
like the boys are getting absolutely ridiculed by everyone.
I think that's we had Jack on yesterday, and that's one of the things we were speaking about actually, where Stevie has had some turmoil gone in his life, and Jack will happily give him banter about it. It's a bit close to the bone, but because they're mates, they're real close mates, they can do that. Do you know what I mean? They're together, they're that close that they can do that, and they can banter each other. And sometimes it's brutal, but it is what it is. And that's what mates do, like, kind of thing.
Well, I had that recently. Like, I went through some shit, and then if my mates didn't take the piss out of me for it, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Helps you through it, doesn't it?
Would you really want them on eggshells around you? Like,
no, I think that's the worst, isn't it? Like, if they're treading around your toes, you're like, "Are you really?"
And Joe's not going to tread on eggshells.
Absolutely, absolutely not. No, but now I can give it back, so it's fine.
We would love to get Joe on the pod, wouldn't we? As well,
it'd be good.
I think
interesting stories.
I can see that just from like watching the pod and all the videos of Joe and stuff like that. You can just tell he's a lovely bloke, can't you? You can tell but obviously when he has a few drinks, he's a weapon, an absolute cunt. And we like that though. I think I quite like people like that who have got a little bit of sort of, definitely. You know what I mean? They let sort of wear it a bit.
This leads us on to our opening question, which when we discuss, this icebreaker thing in our podcast, and Jack does the meal deal, and obviously different pods do different things, and we want to do a couple of things. So Fozzie had the idea of what's your favourite movie of all time? and your thing.
The reason why I shut it down, this question, was because what if somebody gives us a film like Gladiator, for example?
So Theo, what's your favourite movie?
Where is that? How do you know?
We do our research. This is what we do, okay?
Is that public knowledge? I've said it somewhere.
You've definitely said it somewhere.
Theo, what's your favourite movie?
Yeah, Gladiator.
Fozzie.
But see, this is what I'm saying though, right? So it's an incredible film, but I want, like, for me, for example, I want a comedy. I want an Adam Sandler film. I want anything.
As a favourite movie of all time.
Man, I just want to feel happy.
This is my argument.
I just want to feel nice. That's all I want to feel.
People will not say that. People, if you said what's your favourite comedy movie, but I said, my argument with Fozzie when we were chatting about it, I said 9 times out of 10 you're a different breed. You will say a comedy movie. Most people will say Gladiator.
Yeah.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Return of the King.
See, I can't. We're trying to keep this like.
Third one.
No. So anyway, we're not asking that question. So don't even worry about the Gladiator thing. Okay. The question that we want to ask is, and we ask it to everybody that comes in now, is if you had to choose 3 people, or even if you can choose 1 and 2, because it's hard to think off the top of your head, you have to choose 3 people who you're going to go out on a lash with. It's one night out. It's in the pub. It's in the boozer. It's wherever you feel most comfortable. Yeah. But you're having a session with somebody, dead, alive, in their pomp at the end, whatever. Don't worry about what they've done, all the controversies.
It could just be friends.
It could be anyone.
Who would be good on a night out? You know what? Spencer.
Yeah?
Spencer Owen.
Yeah?
Nice.
Yeah.
Does he get on it, does he, Spencer?
Not anymore. He's now a father, and
he's sensible. He's got a sensible card, yeah.
I would like to go out with him in his heydays.
Good guy, Spencer.
So what are you saying, Spencer's over the hill?
No, or he was a cannon back in the day.
He's gone but not forgotten.
Yeah.
You know what? Gaza.
Everybody says Gaza.
Gaza.
Maybe not now. Like, maybe back in the day.
Yeah.
I feel like you just don't know where the night would go.
For sure.
And that's what
mine was
like.
Gaza and his mate Jimmy Five Bellies.
That will be trouble.
Five Bellies.
You've never heard of Jimmy Five Bellies?
He was like his right-hand man.
His sidekick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the story, I think it was Ali McCoy was saying, and he said Gaza, when he was at Rangers, turned up to Ibrox and said, does anybody need any fireworks for firework night?
God.
And they went, yeah, we'll have some. And he said, right, meet Jimmy Five Bellies down the side of Ibrox at 2:00 today. And he said they've like turned up, a few of the lads, opened the boot, and Jimmy Five Bellies is there, and it just like the fireworks had written on the side, biohazard. Spectators stand 100 metres back.
God.
He'll be a weapon. He'll be an absolute weapon. Them two together, blummin' heck.
Anyone else?
I'm trying to think of like big A-listers who I want to go out with.
It doesn't have to be. Because Spencer said, actually, going out with my mates.
You know what I've heard? I know she's married, but Margot Robbie.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that'd be a belter night.
I watched Suicide Squad last night.
Was she... What, the new one? Or the old one?
No,
watch the new one 10 times better.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a club called Infernos?
No.
It's in Clapham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she used to go there on like nights out of her her boyfriend or
Proper
husband.
raving, yeah.
Yeah, apparently she used to love it.
Oh, my God, Robbie's
probably
lovely as well.
Probably a fun night ahead of you.
Okay, I'm happy with that. That's a bit better than some of the ones we've had recently.
It's good, yeah.
And for no other reasons.
We've had a couple. We've not had many really good ones.
Everyone says Gaza. Everyone says Gaza.
It is a classic though, isn't it?
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It will be good.
Yeah.
It would be good. We had Thogden on the other day who said Gary Cahill.
I've heard he's a proper Sheffield lad, isn't he? I've heard he's a bit of a yeah. I've heard some stories about Gary Cahill.
All right, let's talk about football again quickly. So you're obviously in that YouTube world, right? The football content that you have to do sometimes. You obviously see everybody. You get to play with everybody. You play in all the charity matches. You play against him. Blah 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 blah. Who, in your opinion, is the best out of the lot?
Oh, by far. In terms of who I've played with.
Yeah.
In terms of ex-pros and
YouTube. No. Well,
content creator.
In that world, YouTube world, in the YouTube world.
Okay.
I'm talking like Chris and D, Cal Freezy, Miniminter.
Oh, don't put Cal in that. Don't put Cal in
Sorry, Cal.
In a match, Chris has to be up there.
Yeah?
He has to be up there.
He ain't good at free kicks though, is he?
No, he was all right, mate.
What about the 100 before?
Yeah, I know, but see, it warmed him
But
up.
you don't ever see those.
Yeah, free kicks are his thing, aren't they?
Simon in football videos is so elite.
Yeah.
So elite. Did you know Charlie Morley?
Yeah, I've heard of Charlie Morley.
You went to school with him.
Decent.
Very, very good. Very good player.
Chris ND and Mini Minter, I did say it on the video, but they surprised me.
Yeah,
they really did surprise me.
They're decent.
We were driving in the morning and I was saying that they're not going to score. Like, they won't score goals. There's a difference, all right?
They do.
There's a difference. Mate, they were banging it.
Well, I said to you, didn't I? I was like, I don't know, and he's like, what do you know about football? And I'm like, okay.
You got to remember as well, like, football videos is so different to football.
Yeah.
Like, we've grown up for the last 5 years banging free kicks, banging pens. That's all we do.
That's all we do. Is practice them.
Yeah, and like the free kicks you see on the video are probably, one of about 50.
One of about 100 at least or something. I know, yeah.
But like when they go right, they can go right.
No, I was impressed, to be fair. Simon especially,
very good.
He did 5 penalties at me as well. No, he took about 15 in total, and I think he scored 14 out of the 15.
I heard he
banging.
Did it get around the community? Did it?
Yeah.
That he did Fuzzy.
Yeah, he did.
Mate,
What about
I don't
his
mind
little
it.
Panenka?
Chris messaged me the same day, like, I need to show you the free kick. I was like, okay, show me. First time.
He did though, didn't he?
He did
He
though,
literally stood up and absolutely rattled it.
I remember seeing it, I was like, Chris, yeah, fair play. You smashed it.
I was turning around commentating onto the GoPros going, he's not going to score a thing here. He's got frigging no chance. First one, bang, top schnitzel.
Well, mate, what I'm saying,
we need to do a video, so let's get it sorted, okay? You bring one of your mates, we'll do exactly the same thing, right? 5 penalties, 5 free kicks, and then we can gauge it, okay?
I think, yeah, I would fancy myself, but that's just arrogant confidence, which I love. That's why I love it.
Have you seen his Wembley goal? Have you seen the Wembley goal he scored?
I've not seen it. I've heard about it. Is that when you were playing with hashtag?
Oh, you want to see it?
Mate, come on. You need to see it, mate. About 3 minutes after meeting him, he was showing it me. My God, to be fair to him, like, it's an absolute belting goal. He picks it up just inside his own half.
I don't live with one moment.
He literally, he was commentating it to me when I met him, and he was showing it me as it was happening.
So JJ Kocher with the assist.
Like it.
JJ, so good then ending twice.
Fast Carragher. Oh, sorry lads.
Oh. It's the Carragher one where he gets himself all tied up.
He was fuming.
You got that up quickly on your phone though.
It's pinned tweet for the last 5 years.
So he was raging.
Mate, the whole game, Carragher's calling me like the C-bomb, like, you fucking prick. But I really rated it. Because I knew that.
Was he being serious though? Or was he having a laugh?
Being so serious.
Really?
He clocked me in the face.
Shut up.
He elbowed me in the neck. There's a clip. I tried to McGeady spin Jamie Carragher in front of 30,000 people.
McGeady spin, I love it.
That's your favourite.
And he takes it and just goes bang. I'm like,
It's a charity game, yeah?
Yeah, but I rated it so highly. Like, he was just giving me
still on it.
Because I was giving it back to him. Because you got to, like, in one of them, but he was so competitive. Yeah. I really did. I actually rated it a lot. And now it's okay. Like, for a little bit after, it was a bit awkward and stuff.
It doesn't matter, mate. You sat him down. You tied him up in a little pretzel and went, see ya. It's lovely, isn't it?
So with your football content, probably am I right in saying the most popular, or one of the most popular, was a penalty comp with Mia Khalifa? How did that come about?
So I got an email off this app called UREF. I don't know if it exists anymore. Very interesting concept, this app. It's you can rate referees, rate their performances during the game. doesn't. Yeah, no surprise. It
What, like Premier League referees?
Any refs. Yeah.
Sunday League.
Well, maybe not Sunday League, but like, you know, in America and the UK.
Baz from down the King's.
I don't get it. I don't get it. What's the point?
It's just it's a recipe for disaster, if I'm being honest. It's like, I don't think anyone's going to give Rev a 10 out of 10. But
he was great today.
But they had her as she was like obviously an investor or brand ambassador.
The face of it or something. Yeah.
And they're like, we're looking for football influencers to film with her. And it was meant to be, I think, you know, Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV, I think he did a video, and it was me. She went to do a video with my mate, but she went through his content, was like, I don't want to work with you. And then my other mate was meant to do a video with her, but said he couldn't think of an idea. I was like, it's Mia Khalifa. You can do anything. So it was just me on the day. I was like, I've got all the time in the world. We'll do a penalty shootout and we'll do the forfeit is waxing.
Yeah.
And I lost, but I lost on purpose.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Mate,
so
to be fair, she
waxed my leg.
She was really.
But then she was like, do you want to wax me? I was like,
I saw that, but you couldn't get it off, could you?
I couldn't. I fucked it. I left loads of wax all over her arm. I was like, oh shit.
She'd literally never played football before.
She never kicked a ball. Never kicked a ball in her life. Not once.
Was she good fun? She was good value.
She was actually like, because a lot. If you go into these shoots with like a lot of these people or footballers, whatever, you never know what kind of vibe it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I always go into it. I just be like this overconfident. I don't care. Just have a laugh, and I think that really helped her to settle down, because I think she was a little bit nervous beforehand.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just came in there with this attitude of, I don't care what you've done in the past. Like, we're just here to have fun.
To be fair, you can see like the video's a nice video. You can see that you get on well and there's good chemistry.
It really put her at ease. I think she really warmed into it and gave a lot of banter.
Have you ever had a few where you've turned up and you've done it with, I don't know, footballers or whoever, and you've gone, oh my god, they're just not having this today?
Yeah. I've talked about this before. It's Bournemouth. I filmed with, but it's so annoying because they're such nice guys. So it was Jack Wilshere, Adam Smith, and
oh, you told me about this when we were on the bike actually.
Steve Cook,
and
Benicophobia as well, who just left before we started. I was like, okay, goodbye.
But so he turned up
they just left.
and just went, nah, not for me.
But it was with BT, and we were doing like their goals recreation series. So they'd had to film with BT, and then they got stuck with me, just some blonde-haired YouTuber trying to film a video. And the physio comes over like, oh yeah, you lads, you're not allowed to kick a football. I was like, oh mate, you've just ruined my entire video.
Not allowed to kick a football?
Yeah, the physio came over, was like, these guys are not allowed to kick. I was like, well, you could have told me that 2 hours ago.
Before we're filming a football video.
And so I was taking free kicks. To be fair to me, I was doing all right. I was like, a lot of pressure now. I've got these 3 bowlers watching me and judging me taking free kicks. And they were just not having it. They were just like, and then I think halfway through, I was trying to be like good. I was trying to be good. And then halfway through, Jack goes, all right, lads, come on. Like I think he realised like
he's dying a death here. Let's help him out.
Yeah, he actually ended up doing me a favour, and they warmed into it, and it was all right in the end. But the comments were like, these lads do not want to be here. Like, it went down really bad.
Where's that channel? Where can I see that video?
Just type in Theo Bakers AFC Bournemouth.
I need to watch that video.
Yeah, but then to be fair to him, like 2 years later, Jack sent me a signed top, or signed Arsenal top, and he's signed all the Bournemouth tops. Like, he's really nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, Jack. That, do you know what I mean? They must have been tired or having a bad day. I don't know, but still, either way, it's like, you've just got to play the game, haven't you?
But they warmed into it, so that's all I could have asked for. Like they warmed into it, which was good.
To be fair, we've had things at football before where, like a company will come in something, I don't know, and we've got to go after training and hit a target in the goal and something like that. And the lads are literally just sort of, I'm thinking, lads, come on, you're gonna look like a bunch of dickheads unless you start playing the game a little bit. You got to give them a little bit of something, a smile, a friggin', you know what I mean? Play the game at least.
Now you're the one asking them to do it.
Literally, yeah, I am. We've got
come and hit this target.
I know. I've got all sorts of ideas. We spoke about some of the football like video plans I've got and stuff like that. I bought myself a radar gun the other day.
What, to do the speed?
To do speed. Yeah. But like, I'm gonna have to get the lads to come and like do it and set it up and stuff like that. I'm sure they'll be gold. They'll be absolutely fine.
I think it's easier now as a YouTuber because like, a lot of them know what it's about.
Exactly.
So it's a lot easier now. Like, I did a shoot with GrEHS.
Did you?
Where did he? Must have been Madrid. It must have been Madrid.
Yeah.
It was back when he was at Atletico, before the World Cup 2018.
So
it was me, and then I was the only YouTuber, and the rest was like world media. And it's just like, they're going to ask him the most boring questions, and he's going to absolutely hate it. Luckily, I went first, because I got him doing, so the video was reacting to I showed him 10 shots of my football videos, whatnot, and he had to guess if they went in or not. And if he got it wrong, he would have to do a Fortnite dance. And if I got it wrong, or if he got it right, I'd have to do the Fortnite dance. This was when he was really into Fortnite, and it was just like,
he's doing the dances, the owls. And
I got him doing the L. I got him doing like,
nice.
He knew he really loved it, but he didn't speak a word of English. but he still loved
Played the game.
And they told me afterwards, said that was the only interview for the whole day he smiled.
But isn't that just... I know this is an obvious thing to say, but isn't that just knowing your audience? Because if you just turn up, like Tubes came in and said, the reason they give boring answers is because they get asked
boring questions.
But like with Griezmann, football, mad into YouTube.
You've got a million things you can talk about.
He's going to be interested.
Yeah. Like, he loved it. And every other interview, who it was, he just sat there being bored.
I think nowadays a lot of the younger footballers are more receptive to the YouTubers now.
Massively.
Because like you see like what Chunks is doing. Chunks is always doing videos with footballers here, there and everywhere kind of thing. But it's because the youngsters have grown up on YouTube. Yeah. They've watched these people and they're just as important as like TV stars.
Half of them are fans.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they are. They are.
You can't be a fan of me because I'm a fan of you. Like,
you Mason Mount and
Deck Rice.
Deck Rice.
Yeah, I'm Madison. I went for dinner with Rice and Avifa last week.
Good lads. Yeah.
Oh, I saw pictures of you with you.
Yeah. Went for dinner. Just had a normal catch up. But the thing is, with him, like he knows everything about YouTube. Like he's an actual. Like he grew up on YouTube, which is the craziest thing. Because now these are guys in the Euro final for England. Like they are the new like Steven Gerrard,
sporting megastars,
literally. And it's like they're our mates, and it's just like it's the most maddest thing to wrap your head around.
One thing this season I think I'm genuinely going to try and do a lot more of is after games, you know, when I've got my camera and stuff like that, is make a point of going over to some of these opposition players, the likes of Declan Rice, Mason Mount, and kind of, and just literally like, what do you think of the game, mate? Friggin' what a goal that was. You're a baller. Something like that. Well done in the summer. Well done in the Euros. All that kind of go. Because I think they will genuinely be like, yeah, buzzing. I love this kind of stuff.
What's the worst that's going to happen? They're gonna be like, if they've had a shit game, they'll say like, no, sorry. That's it. And it's not personal. It's just
that's it.
Hey, but that's where I try and come from it with the Cycling GK. Like I try and make it like it's not necessarily about me or Watford. It's just about showing what I do. And everything that goes on around it, kind of thing. I'm at an age where, if we lose on a Saturday, you lose on a Saturday. It's the way it goes, mate. That's life. You ain't always going to win and be a 10 out of 10. You've got to, you know what I mean, take the rough with the smooth kind of thing.
It's an interesting one because I think footballers have always been so closed off. Yeah. And all these fans, they don't really see them as like human beings. They're just like these elite superstars that you can't actually
on
approach.
A pedestal.
Yeah. So like doing what you do now and actually seeing what it's actually like and showing like, oh, this guy's an actual human.
Imagine
like they can actually connect with the players a lot more.
You've seen it when you go away. You go have dinner with Declan Rice and stuff, and I'm sure there's part of you going a little bit fanboy mode almost, but then it wears away very quickly, doesn't it?
The saddest thing is now like not even any fanboy now.
Exactly.
But that's really like...
Because they're just normal guys.
But in my head, I know that this is crazy. But because I'm now so accustomed to it, it's like inside it's not that crazy. But I know that it is. But my body just acts as if it's normal. But it's so not normal. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
I know
like on Monday when I played at Wembley, I felt nothing.
It is what it is.
It felt normal. Which is the craziest thing because it is the most fortunate position to be in. Like playing at Wembley, who gets the chance to play at Wembley?
I know.
Like so, the minuscule amount of people.
How did you get on at Wembley? Talk me through your performance. Rate it.
A 7 out of 10. Yeah. 2 assists.
Nice.
Should have scored. Played a nice couple of passes. McGeady spin nutmegged someone.
That McGeady spin used to be the Steve Guppy spin. Remember?
No.
Steve Guppy is the same as like Berbatov did, and it's similar, very similar. Isn't it?
It's like Cruyff into.
Oh, that Berbatov one, mate. Come on, that's a joke. Exactly. I know the one you're on about there, the one where he flicked it over. And that's a joke, mate. Absolute joke.
Mate, Aidan McGeady was like my hero.
And where's that from?
I know, it's just because of that one trick.
He was a player, to be fair.
It was that one trick became a hero.
Yeah, he was a player, to be fair.
So would you have... So it's interesting, though, because when you said you got offered a scholarship and you didn't take it, like I'm sat here thinking, as a young lad, that must take a huge amount of maturity to go, do you know what? I'm not going to do it. Because you've said to me recently that you gave me the stat of the success rate of academy players that play... not at that club, but one professional game. Like one professional game, that could be League Two, is like, was it 1 out of every 100?
No, well, of every academy player, anybody that joins an academy, to make it to be a professional and play a game it's 2%. You've got a 2% chance of doing that, but that is just to play a game. That's not to say it's going to be Premier League, League 1, League 2.
Have a full career.
That's to play a game, but then to go on and actually make a career from it, it's tiny percent. It's 0 point something.
I know so many people that even got released under 23s.
Yeah.
And surely by then you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have a career.
No.
But even then you look at players now that as they get older, I mean, Jack Wilshere's 29 and obviously he's had a lot of injuries. But when you see certain players, and they'll start and then slowly over the years...
You see the decline.
Because you look at anything in elite level sport, it's really interesting because every year... there's a fresh batch, isn't there?
Yeah.
From the academy or from the under 23s or something. There's always a fresh batch and there's always wonder kids coming through.
You play Fantasy Premier League, don't you?
Yeah.
It's all. How good is it when you find that one starting like right back or left back or centre back or something that's like 18, 19, plays every game, worth 4 mil when the game starts.
Brighton.
Exactly. Lamptey, Wan-Bissaka a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Them sort of players, when you find that little golden nugget, oh my days, it's worth its weight in gold, isn't it?
Are you mad into it, FPL?
Oh yeah, I have to be. Yeah, well, last year we did a YouTube, like all our boys were doing an FPL, and the bottom two had to pay for a meal, and like you just don't want to finish in that bottom two.
How much are we talking?
It wasn't that bad this time. It was 2.
How many of you were there?
Only 6.
That's still a lumpy bill, that, mate. That's a nice restaurant.
And I was bottom 2 for the last 3 months, and on the final day, oh my god, I was down like 54 points. Which in FPL, like 54,
mate.
Monster week.
You need some. Like,
you need a triple captain to have a worldie.
Someone else has got to have a stinker of a week,
mate. It was probably the craziest day of my life. Like every single person in my team like scored. I brought Pepe in like an hour before the deadline. I was like, Pepe, please, and he bagged a brace.
Boom.
Mane got a brace.
Boom.
And it's all these differentials, and it was Chris MD who perished. I caught Chris MD up on the final day, and it was the craziest. He's
got money, mate. He's all right.
He was fine.
He can pay.
So when you're going out on that night, are the lads kind of just doing normal kind of?
We tried,
or are they kind of crew champagne?
We were trying as hard as we could to rack it up.
Right as well. If you've been going all season long for this, I guarantee the group chat was on fire going into the last week and stuff like that as well.
Final day, like I deserved those 54 points. I deserved those.
Don't you and the lads do, like over the years? Isn't it like at some of the clubs you've been at, credit card roulette at Christmas or something?
I played that yesterday.
Mate,
did you?
It's horrible, isn't it? It's naughty, isn't it?
Well, we did Fitness Feb once, a couple of years. I don't know if you heard about this Fitness Feb, and it was a competition of you wear like a MyZone belt and it calculates MEPs per day.
What's that?
It's like points, like their
points thing. How hard you've worked and stuff. Yeah.
And it really got out of hand. And it was like 28 days, and it was like JJ KSI was in there, like,
and whoever finished bottom
2, and we know that this and it was at Nobu.
Oh, it's lumpy, mate. Okay. It's lumpy.
And you can tell why it got out of hand because no one wants to finish bottom 2. Like, we were in the gym 10 hours.
You're all absolutely shredded.
We were eating so much. We all put on weight. And we're burning about 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. And we're putting on weight. Oh my God. I've never felt...
What's the bill? What are we talking?
Including the service charge, it was 15.
15 grand. Between how many of you?
7, 8, 9.
Oh, who lost it?
JJ and Ethan.
Oh, mate, he's got money to burn. It's fine.
There's many videos made on it, and we're all there just like... Oh,
cheers, JJ. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
It's a good night.
We had one of them. Actually, funnily enough, it was in Nobu as well. All right, and it was like we went for like a Christmas meal kind of thing, and I think there was about 10 of us, or something similar to that kind of thing. We was having loads of wine and all the food, the same sort of thing. I think the bill was probably about 8 or 9 grand. It was lumpy. It was a proper lumpy one, right? So we all put our cards in, yeah. And the thing with footballers is, right, most footballers bank with Coots, yeah. It's massive time, yeah. It's massive, and so all the cards are the same, right? So the woman who's like the waiter or whatever is pulling this white Coots card out, and everybody's going, it's me. And everyone's got the same card, so she's just reading the name, going, the one who lost it was Liam Ridgewell who lost actually. It was horrible. No, it was West Brom. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like when you lose, it's just like.
It's everybody else though. It's everybody else is buzzing so bad. Yeah. It's so bad. If you get pulled out first as well, you're so happy. So you're just like, come on.
I feel like I'm riding my luck. Like so far, I've never lost, and I'm just riding that wave. I'm just like, oh my god.
But that's just lads going out, isn't it? Like we used to play this. I'm not sure if you ever played with this when we used to go out. We used to have this carry a deck of cards around with us and call it the the CU card.
Yeah.
And we'd literally go, get this deck of cards out in the pub. This is outrageous. And we'd go, right, the forfeit is this. And then someone would deal, and you'd go, and the lads would be going, oh, and you'd go, who's going to get it? And then everyone would start chanting, C card. And then when it'd land on the person, as they're getting done. It's so much fun.
But you can do it with anything. Like, we did it at dinner last night. It was like 50 quid dinner.
Yeah, mate.
And Gib was like, should we play? I was like, yeah, go on, let's play. And it was him. He lost. I was like,
2 of you?
3 of us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you suggest the game, you're gonna end up paying.
Right, nice.
Come back and haunt you.
All right, let's move it on. Boxing, YouTube boxing.
Invented the sport, mate.
There you go.
The entire
Pioneer.
The entire sport of boxing, I invented.
Basically did. Oh no.
Well, yeah. I've seen the fight.
I'm not a boxer.
Football's your sport.
We had 10-minute breaks in between each round. I swear, I'd just come back from holiday. And I'm thrown into this video. I'm like, oh my god!
I think my seat's sinking. Hold on,
it is going down.
I think my seat's sinking.
It's going lower.
There we go.
For those listening on audio, Ben's just disappeared under the table.
Yeah, sorry guys, my seat was sinking.
slowly.
Down there like that.
So with the boxing, so obviously now it is absolute massive mainstream mega box.
Now, yeah.
How did you kind of get involved with and conceived it?
Me and Joe were just like, should we just do a boxing match for a video and like let's make a little hype up videos for it, like build it up, because everyone thought like, because I went to uni, everyone thought we'd like had a fallout because we hadn't made any videos in like a year.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm just at uni. Like, I'm just not there to make videos. So we're like, oh, let's make this and like get hype up about it. Originally we were going to do like a giant boxing, like massive gloves and have it like a piss take sort of thing. And then we're like, oh, let's just do a real thing.
Proper.
Yeah, so the gym around the corner from us hadn't fully opened yet, but he said, oh, you can use our boxing ring and we'll set it up. And yeah, I'd no boxing training.
So you had practiced it at least for a while, no?
Never.
You just went straight into it?
I'd never done anything. The only practice I got was the gym owner teaching me how to
boxing's brutal. Boxing's brutal.
And it made me realise, like, yeah, it's not for me. Like, I remember clocking Joe in the face. Like, the only punch I connected.
You caught him?
I caught him. I went, shit, are you all right?
Yeah, he did. I watched it.
Mid-fight.
I told you, he's the nicest guy.
Yeah. The ref looks at me like...
He laughed at you,
That's
didn't
what
he?
he's supposed to do.
He's like, what are you doing?
Like, True Geordie commentated on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was, honestly...
He was laughing.
It was hilarious. Every time he threw a punch, he was like he was just, could tell he was proper. I feel like what's he doing?
If I'd got that and I went for it, maybe I had a chance. But no.
Do you know what would be world class? If you try to rearrange another fight with somebody, some other big YouTuber,
everyone
right?
keeps saying
but
this,
then like took it serious. I mean, got a boxing coach, took it like
You've
gym.
got that in you, though, haven't you?
I probably have, yeah.
Mate, you're an athlete. You are an athlete. I've seen you on the bike. Like we did that when we did that 100k ride. Mate, you were an animal. Like considering you'd never done it that far before. Honestly, I kept turning around to him saying, "How you feeling, mate?" And he was actually going, "Yeah, not too bad to be fair." I'm thinking, "Twat, I'm dying here. I'm fucking dying." Like,
no, I like doing the long distance shit, but boxing's like, I just don't like getting punched in the face.
That's fair enough.
But I guess you get, when you're training and stuff, you get used to it. But
go on, do it, please.
I don't know. The redemption arc would be huge.
Mate, the fans. Back. Oh my God. The fans want to see that kind of stuff.
I don't know who I'd fight anyway.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick somebody in your sort of weight division.
I want to pick someone who I fancy myself to win.
Cal Freezy?
We were actually, me and Cal did arrange at one point to go on the undercard.
You're similar sort of like weight as tall.
He's tall.
Is he? Yeah.
He's rangy.
Yeah, I think Cal would do me in. Yeah, I think physically he'd do me in.
I don't know, you know.
I think maybe I have the edge on like skill and like learning the technique.
Sounds like a good fight, that does.
It does sound like a good fight, that, mate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get nipped, but the problem with me is my reach is embarrassing.
No, but you'd get like Tyson on the inside. You'd just work the inside.
See, do you know Gib, Anita and Gib?
Yeah.
So he's way shorter than me and he's got a longer reach than me. Like we've tested it and I can't reach his face.
Just got little arms, little dinosaur arms.
I got little arms, yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
My shoulders don't work properly. My shoulders don't work properly maybe and I just can't reach it.
But this is, so like obviously now we've had sort of Logan Paul fighting with Mayweather, like KSI's fighting Logan Paul all over the shop and getting linked with like MMA fighters and all that kind of stuff. It literally was born from this first fight.
Back the whole way.
From this first fight.
Joe said from the beginning we should have put in like a contract saying like any future events can we get 1%.
You're the promoters.
Instead we lost money on everything and everyone because Jake Paul's getting paid 10 mil.
But some people like just train mad for it because like you've said in the past, I think when we had Thogden and Thogdad on, you've said like you'd love the idea of a goal and
something to train for. It'd be class, wouldn't it?
I'd love.
Remember when we were kids, we used to go on nights out. This was weird, actually a bit weird when I think about. We used to go on nights out and like we'd go back to my mum's house. Do you remember? And there'd be like me, you, Luke, and we would get back 2-3 in the morning, tanked up, and we'd have wrestling matches.
Wrestling, yeah.
So we'd have wrestling matches in the front room.
Standard.
Like energy to burn. It's legend, isn't it?
Proper wrestling matches.
No, but I think if you did, if you could set yourself a proper schedule, like a training plan that got a coach involved, something to aim for and work for, mate.
It's so much easier to train when you got something to work towards.
Yeah, heck yeah. I think you'll be bouting at that, mate. That'll be wicked content as well.
We were chatting about Theo's obviously training for the triathlon and stuff. We were saying because he uses Zwift a bit, which online kind of bike riding and stuff. And we said it'd be wicked if he joined us for like Wellfast Wednesday in the summer and stuff, do some like virtual riding.
Well, I need to do more races. I don't use my bike enough in the indoor bike. I need to use it more.
Yeah, that's where you gain, mate. Honestly, that's where you gain on the indoor.
I love riding outside. I get bored.
Yeah. It's good for your head as well, isn't it? Like you say, you get out there, boom.
Exactly.
Like, to be fair, that's what another thing I was going to talk about with the Waffling podcast is, I think sometimes though I listen to some of the podcast and it's almost like it's a therapy session. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's class, though, isn't it? And I think the world that you're in now and the way that the world's going and the way that the world's growing is there's so many younger people that watch your sort of content and going through very similar things. Do you know what I mean?
I've never had so many messages after like the last 2 episodes.
Really?
Like, so many. Just bombarded them. It's like I couldn't even keep up.
It's good though,
I read every single message. I don't reply to them. Obviously.
I think it sets a really, really good example, to be honest, because I think look at YouTube, like you were saying earlier on with Fozzie and people like Mason Mount, Declan Rice. They're real people. They're accessible these days. YouTubers even more so because often it's point and shoot, GoPros, everything else. So it's really raw, and actually then you've got that raw footage. But when you sit in a podcast studio and you're very open, fair play to you though, mate.
Yeah.
Very, very open.
Scary at the start, and then you realise.
But actually, it sets a very nice example, doesn't it?
I think that's what we need to do though, is normalise just that. Just talking about shit. And like going, actually, I feel a bit shit today, or I feel a bit weird today, or this or that, or whatever kind of thing. And like I say, I've watched some of them, I'm thinking, that's fucking class, lads. That's wicked.
I remember last year, I probably started like bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
During an episode?
Yeah.
During an episode, it went out live, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I look back, I was like, how the hell did that happen?
No,
I started talking about my injuries, and it just, next thing you know, it's just all coming out. Yeah.
Afterwards, how did that make you feel like afterwards? Do you look back on it and think, oh shit, or were you happy with it?
I had so many supportive messages. I got memed hard. But I think that was. I was like, I knew that's going to be the case. It's going to be the case. Like, it's going to happen. But the majority of them were really positive messages.
I got memed.
Yeah,
Frank, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is one of the memes. All right, Frank, put it on. Okay.
TikTok's got hold of it. It was quite funny.
But you can
laugh about it now.
But you laugh about it.
Yeah.
Was that always the case? What about your early videos when you started getting a bit of hate, which everyone does? How did you react to it?
Did you get a bit of hate early doors?
Not really.
You're too nice.
No. I think he is.
I got like comments and stuff. You see the comments, but it's never like
nasty.
Never.
Yeah.
No, it can be, but it's never affected me.
Really? Yeah.
Ever. I'm like, I don't know why. Maybe I've always had this problem of like I don't actually care.
Yeah.
So like
it's not a bad thing,
even like when I was doing my GCSEs, like I didn't actually care.
Yeah.
Like it's quite a bad problem.
No. I don't think it is.
I wouldn't say it's a problem.
I would always just scapegoat. I just breeze through it, and I would never care.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
literally that.
I love that.
You always say it though, don't you? It's almost like not caring like you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But almost like I'll do what I do, and what will be will be.
Yeah.
Because actually, that's something I've learned quite a lot of you. Because I've often cared too much and worry about things, and you're like, it is what it is. I don't know it's a bit of a throwaway phrase, but it's true.
I do feel like I should care a little bit more sometimes, and I am trying, but half the time I'm just like.
With regards to what though? What sort of things? Work-wise or what?
Maybe work-wise. Maybe. I don't really know. Just like care more about
put a bit more into something or something.
Yeah, like I work. The only thing I'd put my all into is exercise.
Yeah,
and videos. But
you've had 3 months holiday, haven't you?
Yeah, I deserve the holiday. I deserve, and I deserve that break. But even on my holiday, I was still uploading. I was still doing brand deals and whatnot.
Do you think you've got any sort of OCD on anything? Because Tom was saying there about the way he cares about, so he's got OCD for sure.
Absolutely
on the most menial things as well at times.
No OCD at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I think one thing we've noticed with a lot of YouTubers and people
They're
around
very
here,
perfectionist.
they're very perfectionist.
Yeah, I'm complete opposite.
Really?
Complete opposite, yeah.
Well, you say that, but you said earlier on about editing your videos, and you're like,
oh, okay, maybe, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't like giving off control to my edits. But I have got an editor for my second channel, which is the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Because that frees up so much time.
Yeah, you got to learn to delegate sometimes.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I'm learning to delegate.
Love it, mate.
But normally I'm just like...
But would you say, when you say you don't care, is that you seem like you're quite a driven guy, though?
Yeah, maybe I don't care is the wrong. I don't know. Just like, I'm quite laid back. Like, I care... But if it goes wrong, is what
not
it
the
is.
end of the world.
It's not the end. It's not the end of the world.
I'm over that, man. I'm very similar. Very similar.
You two are very similar in that respect. I think it's a really, really admirable trait to go through life. I genuinely do, because actually it takes a lot of stress out of your life.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I wish I was a bit more like it. I'll be absolutely paranoid about.
You're getting better though.
I am getting better.
For sure.
I am getting better. I mean, Frank gives me grief over it all the time about but like you say though, it's kind of almost like not caring. I don't know whether that's the right thing, but
yeah. Well, we had with waffling as well. Like at the start, Joe's very controlling and cares, like perfectionist, very perfectionist, and I'm the complete opposite. So he was like over editing. I'm like, you don't need to edit that.
Yeah, too much.
And then you combine in the middle, and now it's like
I think that's why the show works, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
And when you are on set and on screen, you can tell the chemistry in that, because you bounce off each other like crazy. Because he'll say something to you that other people might think he's a prick, but you just go, yeah, whatever, dickhead. Yeah. It's nice though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've always, like, from my whole life, I've always had banter. Yeah. But now I'm just like, if you give me banter, like, you're getting it back 10 times.
Damn right.
So I can take anything, like nothing phases me.
Love that, mate.
So
what are the future plans for YouTube?
When FIFA 22 comes out, bang that on the second channel. But in terms of main channel, sporting challenges.
Yeah.
Got my Sunday League stuff.
Nice.
Which I'll probably do for another year.
Yeah.
Bagging hat tricks next season?
Bagging hat tricks this week.
Yeah.
I think he sniffed that at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't think my body can do football for any more than
How old are you now?
25 though?
Yeah. Piss off, Theo.
No, it's different. It's different. Football videos have killed me.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it, like football videos, at one point I was doing 9 till 4 every day. Free kicks.
Wow.
Repetitive, every single, like, it's repetitive kicking. And now I've
worn everything away.
Everything's gone. I've got surgery next year. I'm just like, yeah, it's done.
What knee surgery?
Hips.
Have you?
Yeah, hip and groin, yeah. So, yeah.
So cycling, well, it's big, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
low impact, good for you.
Cycling's helped my knee out so much. I don't get knee pain when I run anymore. So I'm going to go from football to slowly going into these sporting challenges. That's the triathlon's just the start.
Yeah.
Then I got Project Ironman next year. Do half.
Now you'll have to come on some good rides with us, honestly.
Yeah, want to do some long ones. Got a 24-hour challenge. I was meant to have a marathon next month, but I think I'm not going to do it.
I'll tell you what.
Probably smart not to do it.
It's not a challenge, but when you go on your first cycling holiday.
Man,
yeah, I've heard about
world
it.
Class,
I want one.
I was telling him about it on our ride with around the championship things. Like, you're in Mallorca, the roads are built for it. You've got your own bike with you. You go out for like 60, 70 miles, whatever it is, and you come back, you just have a few beers, mate. It's world class.
I follow David Villa on Strava, and every day he's posting like 100k rides.
Animal.
Yeah, he's an animal. Yeah, every day I'm like, and it's in like the hills of Barcelona. I'm like,
jeez,
that is what I want. That is what I want.
Bringing it back to YouTube, the worst mistake you've ever made in YouTube, whether it be technical, whether something didn't record. Actually, that's funny. We had a thing on ours, didn't we? When we went for our ride.
Oh, your mic.
My audio. We didn't have no audio, did we? So I was half tempted to make a vlog for myself, kind of thing. Obviously, I sent Frank the footage.
There's a lot of footage on your stuff I was hoping to use.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a really good example. A really good example where I was looking through the files and I was like, there's no audio. So I was like, I have a bit of a panic on, sent it to Frank the editor, and he's like, no, there's no audio. And it was GoPro, and we had and it was a file format. It was the SD format that we
that was the issue. Like
yeah,
it was.
We've learned now that every time we stick a new memory card in, you have to format it. You have to reformat it every single time.
But I was like spewing. I was like, oh my god, this is like the end of the world. And Frank Fozzie, he's like, oh well, mate,
it's fine. It's what it is.
And one thing we didn't talk about from that bike ride is when we nearly both got murdered by some crazy woman in a car.
That car came across. I was like, oh, we're dead.
Mate, it was a joke, wasn't it?
It's so close.
It was so close. We were skidding and skirting and frigging everything to try and miss a kind of thing. It never made the video or anything, did it?
I've had some close calls of...
Mate.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, you got to have your wits about it. To be fair, we were going down the A5 and frigging...
I tell you what, the biggest mistake I've ever made was I accidentally called Carius Mignolet or Mignolet Carius.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's good.
And I was on the podcast and I was like, oh yeah, because I was going to the Champions League final towards Liverpool Spurs and the Liverpool fans, oh my God.
Got on you for it.
I've never had so much hate in my life. They're like, how dare this fake fan, he doesn't even know the difference between Mignolet and Carius go to the Champions League final. And then Freddie Carragher gets hold of the clip, tweets it out to his Anfield massive.
Comes round, elbows you in the throat.
Yeah, I'm just like, why, Jamie? Why have you done that?
It's not that deep.
He just unleashed hell on me.
Was that before or after the match?
As well, a couple of years after, yeah. It was Spurs Liverpool, and it was mental. It was relentless.
What are they getting so upset for? It's not the end of the world.
I was like, there's a lot of companies send CEOs who don't support any of the clubs. YouTubers go like, we're going with brand, we're working out there, and they were just. I've not gone back since. I was in the streets of Madrid getting abuse. Like people were coming up to me saying, Theo, give us a ticket. I was like,
my days.
Please leave me alone.
Another one of your recent videos, actually, the Euro 2020 final.
Yeah.
I went to that game as well, okay, and I saw what, from my point of view, it was a nightmare trying to get in. In the stadium, it was fine, but getting to it was a nightmare. What was your experience of trying to get to that game?
It's just relentless.
It was, wasn't it?
Like there was people like, can we come in with you? Can we come in with you? They were like running up the stairs. The problem was for the semis and the round of 16 at Wembley, they didn't have any security. You know, on the turnstiles to get in, you just go in, you scan your ticket. They didn't have any security on them, so you could go in as a two, and no one would spot it.
Yeah, one ticket could get two people.
Exactly,
because you could both squidge in the little turny thing.
Everyone found out about that, but they didn't realise for the final every single turnstile was manned now, because they knew people were going in. And it just hit the fan, didn't it? Like,
it was horrible.
I don't know how they got through the 2 layers of security.
You know, sort of walking up Wembley Way. We didn't walk up Wembley Way. We went one of the side roads in. But even just getting around the stadium, mate, the amount of sort of broken bottles, shit
you're just
everywhere.
Walking on glass and plastic.
People like zombies as well, weren't they? Like you could tell that they were just pissed out of their heads.
Yeah.
And they're walking sort of head down, stumbling into people and stuff like that.
It was crazy.
Do you know what? Leaving the stadium, that was a bit that was worrying for me because, like, I obviously got my son. My son Louis. He's 11 years old, and we're walking out. We're trying to get out as quick as we could, but there's fully grown men walking towards us, right? And I've got Louis. I'm holding his hand sort of behind me, so we're as narrow as possible. And fully grown men are trying to elbow, like shoulder barge me, and I'm thinking, mate, come on, I've got my son. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I've got my mask on. Nobody knows who I am or whatever. They're just trying to, because they're just looking for trouble. They're looking for a fight. Do you know what I mean? They're pissed off because we've lost the game, and they're just trying to start a fight.
We stayed in to watch the Italy lift the trophy, so we stayed back because we knew that if we went out now it would just been chaos. So we waited, and when we left the stadium it was just eerily quiet.
Was it?
Eerily quiet. You could just literally hear the glass breaking under your feet.
It's nuts though, isn't it? Because you have that experience and then you look at the lads that missed the penalties and stuff, and then I saw at the pre-season friendly Bukayo Saka got clapped on by the Spurs fans. And you look on the contrasting side and you think that's the two sides of football right there, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it?
The backlash from the final was a disgrace.
Yeah,
absolute disgrace. Isn't it? Yeah, it was embarrassing.
I know. Should be so proud of what we've done. Like the whole the way like it lifted the nation for the last sort of like month, 6 weeks of like when it was going on. It was incredible, weren't it? And then one game, bang, turns it all on its head. Like,
the hardest part of that was like the whole game I thought we were going to win.
I know.
And then when Pickford saved Jorginho's penalty, oh my God,
this is going to happen.
It's turning.
We were cruising, mate. I was lucky enough to get two tickets through Kieran Trippier. I don't really know Kieran Trippier, but the England kit man got me in through him. So I was sat with the players' friends and family and wives and all that kind of stuff. And I was sat next to who was I sat next to?
Aaron Ramsdale.
Aaron Ramsdale. Sorry, Aaron, I love you, Rambo. Sorry, geez. I sat next to his friends. Yeah, sorry, Rambo.
Harry Ramsdale.
Harry Ramsdale. Little fish and chips.
I was sat next to his family there. They were wicked. They were absolutely ledge, like, kind of thing. And we were, during that first half especially, we just kept turning to each other going, we're so good.
Mate, we can believe
we are so good. Kyle Walker just darting across the pitch going, no. Yeah. Like, we were so good. It was a joke, like, how we lost that match.
I was saying, like, everyone was so scared before we went into that final. I was like, lads, like, look at our defence.
Mate, they're the best.
We have some of the best defenders in the world, let alone the Premier League. Like, there's an actual, like, we actually do.
I know. It's good. I saw it, mate. We got to a final. It was golden, weren't it? And we got to go and watch as well.
And what's your prediction for the Prem? So your team, what you're hoping for this season, realistically?
So I got this bet with Rice that I think Arsenal are going to get top 4. I regret it. I really regret it. I'm not going to win that bet. Yeah, this could be a painful one.
How much of a bet?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
Is it lumpy?
It's hefty. So I was like, please Arsenal, please get top 4.
Bang out a couple of videos, mate.
Yeah.
I think he's got a bit more money than you, mate.
Yeah, no, he started the bet and I was like, let's lower that a little bit, please. Yeah.
Mate, you'd be lucky if they're mid-table, to be honest.
Mate, I'm telling you, we could get top 4.
Mate, football, you never know. Come on.
Right?
I don't care what you say. Care what you say. You never know.
We got Ben White. We can sign... Who are we looking?
Guaranteed you got him in your fantasy Premier League team.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
100%. Everybody's got him.
It's cheap.
He's $4.5 million.
It's cheap. It's gonna be easy.
Random question. Do you collect anything?
I collect football boots.
Do you?
Yeah.
Serious collection, yeah.
Got like 130 pairs.
Shut
How
up.
many?
130-ish.
Give Simon a pair because he turned up the holes in his.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Mate, the guy's worth millions and he had holes in his boots.
It might be a lucky pair of boots.
I think he said it was.
What kind of like boots have you got then? Tell me about your best pair, your favourite pair. You got all the Preds and all that kind of stuff.
I got the Beckham Preds,
nice.
Re-release. I got the Ronaldinho
gold or white ones.
Yeah. Tiempos. Got some like one of 75, something like that. I got some really rare New Balance ones.
Nice. Where'd you get them from? eBay and stuff like that?
They sent me.
Majority
of them they sent me. Yeah.
Serious? Okay.
Yeah. I used to get a lot of boots back in the day. And I've just collected them over the years.
Mate, they'll be worth some money, them, you know.
Well, 130 pairs. I'd think so. But some of them are pretty. Like there's some special Dragon release Champions League Adidas ones as well.
Decent.
Just all the latest, like Nike Phantoms.
Yeah.
I can't.
Mate, all that kind of stuff's gone crazy. Honestly, all the retro boots, retro trainers. I collect trainers, similar things, sort of thing.
I don't really wear half of them. Like if I get a new pair of boots, I'm like,
mate, you can. They're too expensive. Keep them.
Yeah. So now I just wear my Tiempos, and it's like
classic,
leather Tiempos. I've realised because I wore Phantoms for the last year, and I was like, I'm not really scoring as much as I should be. And I've put the Tiempos on. Six in 3 games in the Tiempos. Look at this leather. It's K leather. Like it's what you need.
I love that.
I need to go back and do another collection update, I think.
Well, we need to pick your best pair for when we do the free kick and panos.
I wouldn't wear them. I wouldn't wear them.
Yeah, hopefully the body can hold up for that because then we've got that challenge, and then hopefully we can get some cycling content.
Another cycling one,
yeah. And then what about waffling? What's the kind of future hold for waffling?
So we're coming back in a couple of weeks. We're restarting the season 2. I guess it's season 2 officially. It's probably like season 5, but it's season 2 officially.
Yeah,
officially 10 episodes. I want to get some guests on for once. If you fancy it.
As long as we're not talking about absolute.
That's, you know what? I spoke to another footballer. He was like, I would love to come on.
However,
during last lockdown, he said, let me check with my PR.
Yeah.
And he came back a couple of days later. It's like, I can't come on, unfortunately.
Hey, you haven't got that with Fozzie. You're straight into the man, and he'll just do whatever, won't you?
Let me watch a couple episodes first, all right? Let me see.
We can be serious, and we can actually be good.
Yeah.
It's just when you show that to a PR, some of the episodes to the PR guys, they're like, oh my God, absolutely.
No.
Yeah, but you've got to scratch it. This is where we always say, this is where like people always look at it from a mainstream point of view and say, right, is this textbook from a PR okay? And when you went on Jack originally, we were a bit, do we, don't we? And then actually you look at some of his old content, you know, a woman sucking off a dog and all this kind of stuff, and you go, and it scares you. But then actually when you look at his podcast and the guest he's
grown up a lot, hasn't it? It's nice, yeah.
And it's really good, and it was a no-brainer. And actually when you were on that pod, I remember listening to it. I was on the bike indoors and just chatting to it and listening to it. I was like pissing myself laughing, and I thought, this is the best pod he's ever been on, because it was with real like-minded people, and it's kind of like what we're doing now, just sit
chatting shit.
That's good. I think that's a good thing about waffling, is that we can't. There are episodes where it's not, you know, our normal stuff. Like we do actually have serious episodes.
Yeah.
And I think we can do both, which is good.
I like it, mate. I love it.
We're very good. The problem is we're very good at opening up the guest.
Yeah.
And
that's what you need to do, though.
Yeah, and it's just like you never know where it's going to go.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disappointed we haven't had you crying today, mate. So, we haven't done our job.
I got no more tears left to cry this time.
Mate.
Yeah.
Guys.
The Iron Castle now is here.
Theo, mate, that was absolutely lovely, honestly. Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate that. He's got the train up from Marylebone, bought his bike. What a friggin' legend. You're a star, mate. Honestly, thank you for coming on the Fozcast.
Really appreciate it.
Tomasi. Brilliant. Editor Frank, give me that. Guys, Theo Baker, thank you. We'll see you all soon on another Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast. Cast. I say cast.
You're posh, you are.
I'm Brian.
You're posh, you are.
It's the South.